Hello, welcome to our Thursday night live stream.
Give us a thumbs up if you can hear us.
So,
I'm Rachel.
and I'm Joe.
And we're
Two Crazy Ketos. And if you're new to our channel, welcome. Here on Two Crazy Ketos, we do different things like recipe videos and we do product reviews. And we talk about various keto topics. And every Monday, we sit down on the couch for Keto on the Couch. We just kind of talk about what's going on in our lives for the week.
You can find us in different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
And we have a website, which is twocrazyketos.com, and that's where you're going to find all of our different recipes. Now, we do upload at least 5 new videos every single week, so make sure you subscribe to our channel.
And don't forget to hit the little bell icon, and that way every single time we upload a new video, you'll be alerted
Okay, you're going to kill me.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I'm getting up.
Okay.
I know you love that. Because remember we switched.
That's my favorite.
We switched the TVs last night.
Yes.
I don't like the comments down there. I need
You're
the
gonna
comments
move it
up
over there?
I'm gonna move them back up there.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and say, hey, howdy, hey to people while I still can, because then it's going to go dark, right?
You're about to lose comments for 2 seconds while I unplug TVs.
Confident and Fit Mom said, are those pickled frogs like as our, what is it, the card? What's it called? A thumbnail. The thumbnail. Yes, it was. And who sent those to us? Was it Lynn?
Lynn.
When I was looking, I was like, what's the big deal? It was like, oh, well, this is for Rachel. And I'm like, I like pickles. So I'm like totally on board with pickles. And then I take a closer look and I see, ew, yes, there is grosser than gross, a frog inside of the pickles. What would you do?
Uh-oh. Why don't I have a screen there?
What would you do if you had a pickle?
If I had a pickle,
No, I'm sorry, a frog in your pickles.
I'd freak out.
Well, let's make sure that
What did you do?
things are. What did I do? Because I got up and I moved things. Everything's going fine, and then we have to touch stuff.
I'm sorry.
Always have to touch stuff. Are you a toucher? Do you need to touch stuff? Like Joe needs to touch stuff.
I do need to touch stuff, but why don't I have a television signal?
He goes into like a store with like glass stuff. He needs to touch it. I'm like, don't touch stuff. Like we're gonna break things.
I lost my cursor. There's the cursor.
Okay.
Okay, you can keep answering comments. I must not have plugged it in all the way.
Good job. All right, so Hungry Heath is here. Hello. You guys have been making some incredible recipes, by the way. Rhonda's here. Hi, Rhonda. Gail is here. Yes, I see her. Nope. Oh, yep. I see it back. It was like, yep, nope, yep.
We have a computer here, and then we have a 32-inch TV up there with all the comments, and then another one down here with like a whole bunch of screens telling us everything that's going on. And
yeah.
But when we're doing a live stream and you're interviewing somebody, I don't want to look up.
Yeah, you want to be looking.
I can't look there at the camera, but at least we can look there.
Right.
I haven't mastered the art of talking to the camera, but acting like I can see the person. And like I grew up, let us know down in the comment, I grew up and I always raised my kids like this. When I'm talking to you, I want you to look at me.
Eye contact,
if I don't have eye contact with you, you're not paying attention. So even though, like, you know, if I'm looking at the camera, like I'm looking at Bronson in the eyes, but I physically don't see him, so it messes with me. And I got to be looking at him. I
think the 3 words that I said the most raising the kids, besides I love you, that was number 1. The number 2 set was look at mommy. That's exactly what I said all the time.
Okay, so let's see here.
Confident Fit Mom you have is saying hello to Gail.
I thought you said that already. Steph said we finally getting some rain. The one day this week that the weatherman did not call for
Guaranteed. And also, if you don't want it to rain, pack an umbrella. If you do want it to rain, don't pack an umbrella.
So we're right now in the middle of our dry season. And we usually start our rainy season like mid-May. And of course, we had like 2 days of downpours the other day. And I'm like, I don't want the rainy season. Usually I can't wait for the rainy season because rainy season means more work for me, which the last thing I want right now is more work anyway. But we're going away. Yeah, so I'm thinking about the church.
Yeah.
The church, dry season, doesn't grow. No problem. Rainy season, that church needs to be cut every 5 days, and we're about to go away for 10 days. So everything has to be timed right. We're going to cut the church on Thursday.
Race against the clock.
We're leaving on Friday. 10 days gone. I should be good unless we get a bunch of rain. And so Anthony's like, what are we going to do if we get rain? I said, here's what we're going to do. We're going to park the landscape trailer on the side of the house where the RV goes. And if we get a ton of rain and you need to cut the church because he doesn't have a truck to tow it, no problem. Get Uncle Steven to drive the trailer over to, because Anthony doesn't know how to drive a trailer yet.
Yeah.
Drive the trailer over to the church, and then you and Caleb could cut the church.
Little problem with that plan.
Your brother sold his truck today.
He sold his truck.
He sold his truck 2 weeks too early on May.
Yeah.
I figure, though, he can always rent a U-Haul.
True.
So Anthony could just rent a U-Haul.
I can't believe he didn't consult you first
I know, right?
to see
Like,
if you could run errands for him.
And yeah, he didn't even know. But yeah, so I'm really, I need the rainy season to delay 2 more weeks. The only problem with dry season is mating season for alligators, and alligators right now are extremely aggressive. This is where you start seeing them in people's pools and stuff, right? Because they're looking for water and they're mating.
They're like, "Hey, baby," and they're ready and like don't get in their way.
So Shauna said,
Hey, Shauna.
"Hello everyone. I'm driving and I'm listening today. Hope everybody is well."
I said Shauna, but it's Shanta.
Oh, it was Shanta. Okay. Well, I need new glasses.
Yes.
I just don't want to spend the money on my glasses.
I am so glad we're going to drive on a long trip and you can't hardly see.
It's not that. It's
good luck, everybody else.
No, they're not that bad. It's just, it's more of like the mid. I don't like these. I need the mid to be a little bit different.
Do you have the gradual ones? Is that like annoying if like the top is seen close and the bottom is seen?
The bottom sees close.
And the top is seen far away.
And the top is distance. And then the middle is like the middle.
Was that hard to get used to?
Well, usually when you, like, you know, readers, the reason people put them on the tip of their nose is because generally when you read, you look down.
Right.
So it's just natural with the bifocal to be looking down. You're not looking down. You don't turn your whole head down.
You don't look in your belly button.
You turn your eyes down.
Yeah.
So it's normal, but you get that middle piece where, like, so the middle is kind of like mid-range.
You almost need it reversed.
The TV is more than mid-range.
Because when you're reading, most of your reading is you're looking up.
Right. No, but reading, it's like close up.
Yeah.
So complicated. This got announced today. It was released today.
I'm so excited. Key lime.
This is really good as ice cream. Like,
yeah.
really good as ice cream. Personal opinion, not so much as our custard. It's a little tart as the custard.
But you know, some
people
love that. Now
you can modify it. It comes out good as a pudding, but as the custard, I don't know, not so much. I didn't like it as much as a custard.
I didn't either. I loved it as an ice cream. It's very refreshing. Mm-hmm. It's like heading in the direction of sherbet.
Yes.
Which I didn't realize I missed until we had it. And then I was like, oh yeah, I like that.
If you use the link down below, you will get 10% off. And we're going to give somebody some of this away. We have like, I think 10 of them. I don't know how many we're going to give away because like I want some of them. We're going to give some away on Keto on the Couch. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and you hit the bell button because we're going to give them away on Keto on the Couch.
Something very exciting. Speaking of Keto Chow, this is the last night. This is it. The last night to order the May Chow Club box.
The May Chow Club box. You really want this.
I know Miriam's excited for June. I have no idea what is in June. I only know what is in May. And
today's the last day. You have.
I can't imagine.
We should have put a countdown timer. Chris had a countdown timer on his today.
Ooh. Do you have a countdown? The final countdown.
No, I don't. I don't know why that's not working. That's really annoying me.
That's okay.
Yeah, so today's the last day. You have until midnight tonight at Eastern time to order the May box, and then you're going to really be upset that you didn't order the May box.
Because then, otherwise, at midnight, it turns into pumpkin spice. Just kidding.
Turns into root beer.
Okay, no. That's not good. That's not good. Joe would be delighted. I still think you're happier about the May box.
I like the May box.
Even though it's not a root beer spotlight.
No, it's not a root beer spot. I will say that. Well, actually it might be. I don't know. I don't remember if there's root beer in there or not.
I know what there's not.
What?
Peanut butter and jelly.
I'm going to get Miriam to do peanut butter and jelly.
You wish.
I am. So Chris said, FYI, there's another scammer sending message people that they have won something from Keto Chow. That is not Keto Chow.
What the Hello Kitty backpack is going on? Why? Is it an, you know what? That's a person who likes root beer flavor keto chow right there. I can tell you right now, somebody that's like me, a chocolate toffee person, a chocolate toffee fan is not perpetuating that nonsense. That's a root beer flavor person.
Okay, so let's get caught up here because like we were so far behind.
Impossible.
What's impossible? Oh, look, we're just getting the thumbs up. We're just getting the thumbs up from when we started. I don't like. Linda said I don't like root beer. How did we get caught up that quickly?
Linda's not the one doing this. Then I know it. It's not Linda. We're not.
Excellent connection. Okay, just making sure.
Excellent commercial condition.
Miriam said root beer is good. And Jerry said peanut butter and jelly keto chow. Yes, absolutely. We need some. We need some of this. I mean, I have hopes because Chris has been making it. And so
Miriam and I are going to help dash them.
So if Chris is making it at home, to me, that means that Chris is experimenting with flavors. Ooh. So, I mean, why else is he constantly making it at home that he's trying to perfect it so that he can release it? I know he's going to release it for my birthday.
Aww.
I'm gonna bring up an Anthony
You're so
thing.
Cute. You're so well. He may send you 2 meat sticks if that's what you'd like. Root beer ice cream.
Miriam said they did Pork and Good too, so watch for friend requests from Pork and Good. The scammers are pretending to be them.
I thought she was saying that they were working on a Pork and Good pork rind flavor keto chow. Actually,
look at Shauna's comment.
Someday, way in the future, Joe's tombstone, Miriam, I still want peanut butter and jelly. Yeah. He's going to write that into his will, right? Like, I bequeath annoying Miriam emails, passes on to this person.
I just love
It'll probably be Anthony.
I love Miriam. Miriam said something today on their live stream, and I had to text Chris. I'm like, I love that woman. She like does not have
in an appropriate way.
Yes, she just doesn't have a mean bone in her body.
No, neither does Chris.
Like, I feel like Miriam, like she's gonna find these scammers and run up and hug them. I mean, she'd be
like, stop that. You know better. Do you need a hug? I feel like you need a hug, and maybe an attitude adjustment. You need to sick Anthony on them. When you do find them, I feel like Anthony could handle it.
Okay, so speaking of Anthony.
Yes.
Okay, so Anthony. So I had a game the other day, Monday, and Anthony had jury duty, and he
jury duty.
He was like, no, I've never had jury duty. Never. I'm 50 years old. I've never had jury duty. Poor Anthony, 3rd time.
3rd time. And
he's 20. He's almost 21.
And it's a charm because he got to be the foreman, and it is like, I think that he is going to frame his little certificate that says you don't have to come back for at least a year,
right?
Like on his wall, because that was an accomplishment. I thought it was cool.
The whole morning he's texting us like, I really don't want to do this. Like, I have church obligations on Wednesday. He's like the first person called.
Yeah, absolutely the first person.
And this is the first week that the courtroom is back from COVID. I started thinking, like, what happened to, like, the right to a speedy trial?
Well, I mean,
like, what happened to the people who, like, wanted their speedy trial?
Safety first, I guess.
And so this is their first week back in court. And so the woman goes, you're lucky because this is going to all be, like, minor stuff. Like, the murders and stuff are all coming up in a couple weeks.
And that's why she said, don't push it off.
Right.
Like, go ahead and do it now.
Because they said that you can say if you've been exposed to anybody who has COVID or anything like that. So, of course,
everyone is like, trying to get out of jury duty, and they've got this
like,
whole new excuse.
We'll let you go, but you're coming back in 6 months.
Yeah.
So Anthony gets called. He's the foreman, and he texts me, I'm serving on a jury, and I'm just thinking to myself, that is going to be the biggest mistake they ever make. They're going to put a notation in his file, never pick this guy again. Because Anthony's a rule follower. That's why he is an official. He's a rules guy. He knows the rule book like the back of his hand. I mean, he can quote you what page the rule is on. And now you're putting him in charge of a jury.
So at 7:30, there's no sign that he's on his way home. And so I call and I'm like, and he doesn't answer. He finally calls back at I want to say 8:30, and I was like, "Are you on your way home?" And he's like, "Just now, because we couldn't come to a unanimous decision, and we just had to keep hammering it out until we came to a decision."
I thought it was interesting that he said that it was a 3-3 split, and the person actually changed his mind.
Yeah.
I was like shocked.
Well, he's an evidence guy.
He's me. He's definitely me. And listening to him, how he deduced this, and he was like, well, you got to throw this out because of this. You got to throw this out because of this. And like, he's like, yeah. He's like, I didn't want to, but following my own premise of throw this out, and throw this out.
It was interesting because as he's explaining it, I'm like so much older than him, but I feel like I'm much more emotional in my decision making. Are you a very analytical, like you can take the emotion out of a decision, or are you an emotional person? Like if when you make a decision, like I honestly think I would not be a good juror.
I'd be a horrible juror because he told me what the case was, and my thing was, I'm going to look at the person and be like, are you serious? Like, did you really bring this person to court for this? Are you No, this is not guilty. This is the stupidest thing in the world. I'd be horrible at that.
I know,
I'd
me
be
too.
horrible. Okay, Chris said, I'm constantly making peanut butter at home because I have like 40 pounds of peanut flour from a bag that got damaged.
But the peanut butter flour is delicious. And
Yeah.
I absolutely love it as the fat and like making ice cream because the peanut butter flavor really comes out. And I need that, honestly, because if you leave me alone with a jar of peanut butter, it will go south quickly. It will be bad.
We have a jar of peanut butter, but nobody ever opens it.
We're
so long
afraid.
as it's not open, we're
it's
good.
fine.
So Scotty and Dee said, I've lost 80 pounds.
Wow.
And the better half has lost 85 pounds in 9 months.
Scotty and Deanne, I am so proud of you guys. Way to go. What is your favorite keto meal? What is your favorite thing to eat?
Shauna said, if I needed a jury, let's hope you don't need a jury.
She would never.
Said, I'd want Anthony on it.
Maybe for being too cute. Shauna would get picked up. You're too cute. We're going to have to put you in cute jail. Anthony would be like guilty because everybody would find her
Maitreya
guilty.
said, I'm also a rules, process, and procedure follower.
I believe that. Like at the things that Maitreya says, like I would want her on my jury because I feel like that she'd have that Solomon wisdom of like being able to come to the right decision. Like I think I'm too emotional in my decision.
Joe said you need somebody like that to be the foreman on the jury.
Well,
he said they chose him because they're like, let's let the young guy do it.
And I think they were pleasantly surprised because, I mean, here's a guy with a man bun and a shirt that has nothing but cherry blossoms all over it. Like, I mean, he probably, they don't realize that he takes things, very seriously. I don't know if you guys have seen it in your stores, but there is a Ken doll that is a barista Ken doll that looks exactly like Anthony. Like, it is hysterical. I'm buying that Ken doll for him because it's like, wow, he's even dressed like Anthony would wear.
So here's the funny thing is, so I had a game with Anthony, a playoff game. What's today?
Thursday.
Was it Wednesday? Tuesday. Was it Tuesday I had that game? Yes, because I had to write the report. So
you were there.
We get down to the game, right? We're down, and I meant to put the picture in here. I'm going to put it on Keen on the Couch, but I love officiating at this school because their field is on the Intercoastal Waterway.
Gorgeous.
And it actually got destroyed in the last hurricane. They used to have this giant pier that went out, so but you still, like, you're on the Intercoastal Waterway. And we get in there, and it's me, Anthony, and a friend of ours that we're the partner, and I'm the referee. I'm in charge. And I look at them and I'm like, this is going to be a horrible game, guys. And so listen, nobody gets unless it's egregious, nobody gets an unsportsmanlike. Does everybody understand me? Nobody is going to get an unsportsmanlike unless it's egregious. Because in lacrosse, you could do something called conduct, which is like you stick one arm out, you go conduct, and we take the ball away from you.
Right.
It's like, because if you get two unsportsmanlikes, you're ejected.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't want to do that. Nobody. 4 minutes into the game. The coach, like, we conduct him, and then he says something, and I'm like, Coach, I've had enough. Now just knock it off. And he's like, then do your effing job.
Joseph.
And I'm like, are you serious? Well, at the end of the game, like, I have to eject the guy because
you walked in there.
And I walked in there like, I'm going to be
thinking-
the nice guy.
Yeah.
And I've got the rules follower, Anthony, over there. You should have ejected him like an hour ago, but you went in there with the attitude of, nobody's getting ejected tonight. Because Anthony is like, the rule, if you put your foot on the field, unsportsmanlike. And I'm like, get off the field.
I think that rudeness is grosser than gross.
Yeah.
Like, I have a real, like, I don't
Guy was
I don't
so
like
rude.
meanness. Speaking of grosser than gross, though, Caleb was lamenting, I haven't had gizzards in a while. I was like, wait, what? And he was like, gizzards. You know, we used to eat gizzards, and I haven't had gizzards in a while. And I was like, I think that you are fondly remembering it, and I think that you probably really enjoyed the batter of the restaurant where we used to eat it from. And
Which that place went out of business, right?
Yes, it did. He is such a texture guy.
Yeah.
That I think that he's really forgetting.
Yeah,
it was like.
We go out to Texas Roadhouse and he's like, I'm gonna get a prime rib. I'm like, no, you're not.
Yeah, because
he doesn't like the fat of the gristle. I'm like, so I'm gonna pay $25 and you're gonna throw half of the fat and the gristle out.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't eat a prime rib unless you want fat and gristle. That's the only reason to eat a prime rib.
So it was really funny for him to be like, I think that like I'd like to revisit gizzards, and I'm like, where did that come from?
Miriam said, I am emotional about everything. It's the worst.
I cry.
I just don't believe that.
So easily. Okay, so I just finished the best Korean drama. Like, if you're looking for a Korean drama, it was Tale of the Nine-Tailed. It's like a fantasy, a little bit horror, not really bad, but really romantic drama, and it was so stinking good. But like, I get emotionally attached to the characters. Like, I'm like, oh, Joe'll be like, okay, let's head out. We got to go to the store or something. Let's go on a bike ride. And I'm like, oh, I can't right now. You don't understand what's going on with them. And it's like, if you push the pause button and come back, it'll still be going on with them.
Okay, you got to pause that because we got to talk about our new rabbit hole. But so Jerry said black licorice keto chow. Now, I hate black licorice, but I know Miriam loves black licorice.
Yeah.
So I'll make a deal with you, Miriam. So you give me peanut butter and jelly keto chow, and we make a black licorice keto chow.
Don't fall
And I
for
will
it.
eat black licorice keto chow, only that, for an entire week if I can have peanut butter and jelly keto chow.
I'll tell you right now, he's gonna fake, and he's gonna use.
I will not.
He's gonna use the Redmond toothpaste that just turns your teeth
I will
black
not fake it.
and totally fake it.
I won't
think
fake it.
Fake it.
So Gail said, can we talk more about the pickled frog? A Fear Factor item or a road trip snack going to visit mom?
Oh, man.
Actually, so no, Len put that up in the Facebook group, and I said to Rachel, like, hey, I need a picture for tonight's live stream, and she's like, why don't you use that thing?
Yeah, because that would be aside from the Komodo dragon crawling up the CVS pharmacy shelf system, I think that discovering a frog inside of my pickle jar, that's it.
Bill said, I've been trying to not have jury duty like 8 times.
It is so, you sit there. I've gotten it several times, and Joe has never gotten it. So, you probably are due for it. Usually, if I get, a fishing license renewal or you have to change your driver's license, you get put into that
for
pool.
10 years that we were married, I refused to change my voter's registration
because
card
he's afraid.
from pre-marriage.
Yeah.
I'm like, nope. Every time I have to vote, I'm going all the way back over to Tamarack.
Town.
And she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, because if I go change my voter's registration
jury
card,
duty.
I'm going to get called for jury duty. So I am fine to go all the way over to Tamarack.
I get very nervous as if I am on trial. Like when they go to pick your number, you're like, okay, it's kind of like if I see a speed trap, right? Or a drunk driving checkpoint, I freak out. I totally freak out. It just scares me. And Joe will be like, all you had tonight was water with lemon. Why are you afraid that there is zero chance? But I think what it is, and he's like, and you're the passenger.
Right.
But I have tried to do the touch my nose and do the alphabet backwards. I can't.
No.
I cannot do the alphabet without singing it. let alone saying it backwards.
He said, my favorite quote from Matlock was by a guy on trial who said, great, my fate is going to be decided by people who are not smart enough to get out of jury duty.
That is really good. That is actually probably very true.
Susie said, way to go, Anthony. I'm like Joe, never been either. 59, summoned but never called.
It's amazing. I know my mom served on a case, and I actually had a friend that was this close and almost was part of the O.J. Simpson trial, and she was like, you had no idea that that could have been a year of your life. Yeah. As a juror.
That would be my luck. It's like going to the Keys. Yeah. It's like going to the Keys.
The bridge shuts down.
I should say, I did actually, when the kids were really young, get a summons once.
Oh.
But I got out of it because one of the choices was, are you a parent, the sole provider of a child under the age of 6?
Yeah, and you were like...
And then I never, ever got called again.
Don't brag, I'm telling you. Don't brag.
Okay.
Claire.
So Claire said, question, please. I don't know how she did that in yellow, but that is really cool.
Very cool.
Can you use less eggs in a protein custard? It is a little eggy to me. Or can you use egg whites instead? I have done it with 3 eggs, and it tasted fine.
Yeah.
I've never tried it with less. I don't know if you can do it with egg whites only because the yolks are helping to emulsify it.
Right.
So, it's a whole process of it setting up.
Try
that's
3.
what custard is. But you can do it with 3. I have done it with 3. Let's see.
Deb says, I have gotten as far as the lawyers picking the jury. It was about a robbery, and I had been in one, and I think that made my ticket home. Yeah, probably. If you've ever, had something that resembles the case.
Right. Brianna said, jury selectors like teachers. We can take ourselves out of the situation. I will love a kid and then give them an F.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'd be horrible for that, too. I shouldn't say that because I am very good with that with being an official.
I was going to say, you
when
make
I
hard
step
calls
on the field, I can love a coach or hate a coach. And, when I step on the field, I'm going to officiate the game in fairness. One time, and it was actually this year, where I went on the field with a chip on my shoulder against a coach, but I wasn't trying to hurt the coach. It was I had him the night before, and we had major problems with his team, and so I kind of went out there with the attitude of I told the coach up front, I am not putting up with what we had last night. So tell your players,
don't do it.
We're not going to have that issue tonight. Because it wasn't the coach, it was the players.
But you were still trying
But yeah, no, we were officiating fair. But that was the closest. I just do go out there. And it was cool. We went out. I did a game on Monday night when Anthony had jury duty, worked the game, and then went out with 2 of the coaches from other teams. And I was out for Rachel. I was supposed to come home and make Rachel keto chow. And her
That's
pudding.
That's a priority.
And I'm like, hey, I'm going to go. I'm having soda, but I'm going to have one drink with them. I just, I never go out with the guys, right? And it turned out I was there for 4 hours because we were just having a good time.
I sent him a message. I said, don't worry about coming home. Enjoy, hanging out with friends because the custard
I don't do that.
is so easy. Even Rachel can make it. Jerry says, I made 4 pounds of bacon today. That should last about 2 days.
Yeah.
Yes. Right? Oh my gosh. I like that bacon rationing.
Defense Wiz says, peanut butter and strawberry milkshake so well. So yeah, I do think keto chow would sell fine.
Oh.
I thought you turned that off.
I did. I've set an alarm to pray for Joe's sleep at night. Because I get concerned about him. So I have to remind myself, okay, remember to pray about Joe's sleep.
Diane said Anthony is adorable. He is a cute kid.
Aw, thanks,
I cannot
Diane.
believe Anthony is going to be 21 in a couple months.
21 years old.
Oh my gosh.
Can't believe Caleb's 20.
Caleb's 20. We have a son that's married.
How did all this happen? They were 4 years old yesterday.
Renee said, first time I got called, I got selected for a 2-week capital murder trial.
What?
Which we had to have security to our cars. So many nightmares after that.
Wow, yes. Did you watch like jury movies after that. I feel like I would immediately finish up and then go watch that Rachel Weisz movie. Is it with Keanu Reeves and Gene Hackman where they're like on a jury? No, it's not. It was John Cusack and Rachel Weisz. That was a good movie. Yeah.
One of my favorite shows growing up was Perry Mason because we only had 3 channels and I used to watch it on reruns.
How old are you?
We only had 3 channels.
Did you watch Columbo?
No, I never really got into I liked it once in a while, but I never was really. So growing up, like we had 3 channels, and my dad and I, we watched Perry Mason. We would watch because it was like on UHF channels, like channel, like PBS kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so you would scroll through like Super Static, and you'd see like the Honeymooners and like all in the middle of the night.
To the Moon, Alice.
Because even back then, like I wasn't a sleeper, so like I'd get up at like 6 in the morning. Does anybody remember like you'd get up and they're playing the national anthem on the television with the flag waving at 5 a.m.? That was me.
You heard it at night, and then you heard it in the morning.
Yes. So I watched Perry Mason, my dad, and I loved Quincy. Quincy was one of my favorite shows.
We watched a lot of Matlock.
You watched a lot of Matlock?
Yes. I don't think he had more than one suit. It was the same suit. It was that like periwinkle blue suit.
Joe said they saw the young guy and a man bun and said, "Sucker!"
Definitely.
So where was the one?
Shauna says Anthony has an action figure. Yeah, it's not a Ken doll, it's an action figure.
Blaine said finally seeing some results.
Way to go.
So am I. I'm super excited. Like all of a sudden I just feel like more energy. Maybe it's because the last 2 nights I've been sleeping till 7 a.m. instead of like getting up at 5. Like I literally have not even heard Rachel wake up in the morning because Rachel gets up at 5. As she's walking out the door, that's usually me kind of rolling over. I'm going to get up. The dog's got to go out. And then I go and I sit down and I do my reading. And I've been going to like, I don't wake up until you walk in the door.
I prayed for you.
Thank you. And maybe that's what it is, but I've had more energy.
What's maybe?
It's been really awesome.
What's maybe about that, sir?
Let's see. Message retracted.
Shauna says TV used to end. Also, people never say "be right back" online anymore because no one ever leaves.
That is so true.
Okay, so I do have a thing with my friend Beth because we've known each other since high school, and she's like, it's so true. My call you later is like, I will call you in 4 days. Like there is actually a key, a legend that is like, okay, be right back means see you tomorrow, not like be right back. And like talk to you later is I will call you back in 4 days.
Yeah, like I'm horrible at that.
I'm terrible.
I'll call you right back. Yeah, it's like when I remember.
She's like, okay, I'll talk to you in 4 days from now.
Miriam said she's gonna pray for my sleep too. She thinks I need to go to bed instead of working all night. Yeah, it's funny because usually I'm working all night and Chris is 2 hours behind me. So like I'm texting him at 2 a.m. going, hey, he's got to still be up. He's probably not, but
let that man
go. And it's even cooler is that Luke, like L3D or One Bad Marine is what he's 3 hours behind. So I'll text with him at like 3 a.m.
Boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants. It's an all-night party.
It's usually about like the 3D printer because like I am so far I've taken the entire thing apart. Every time Rachel goes out in the garage, she's like, what are you doing now? Changing the hot end, rewiring it, adding look at this cool filament I got. I can't wait to make something with this.
Nerd.
This is really, you're gonna like this because I'm gonna make a toilet paper holder for the like that you hang on the wall.
Okay, wait, what?
Look at this. It's multicolored.
You're making a toilet paper roll.
Yeah.
For our house?
Yeah. But this, see, it's multicolor, so when you do it, you get like that nice gradient coloring effect.
So you have beautiful colors, which I'm all about, right? Clearly, I'm a woman that just enjoys multicolored stuff. Right. However, your first thought is, I'm gonna make a toilet paper roll. Like that's your thought?
You know why?
Not like jewelry?
Because I have not yet figured out how my 2 boys go to the bathroom.
No, there's never
toilet paper in there.
There is only ever an empty toilet paper roll.
And I've tested it. Like, okay, I'm going to go in there, no toilet paper, like 6 o'clock at night on Thursday.
Yeah, that's grosser than gross.
I'm going to get up.
That's grosser than gross.
I'm going to go to our bathroom and I am purposely not going to get toilet paper. And go back in there Saturday morning. There's still now. What did they do? Because they don't use my bathroom.
I don't know.
I am making something that holds like 20 rolls on the wall. Like it's gonna be a picture frame of.
They're using up all of their Aladdin wishes on individual squares of toilet paper, apparently.
Jerry said Patty had a big non-scale victory today. Got her blood work back today, and her A1C went from a 6.4 to a 5.5 with only 2 months of keto and keto chow.
That is
Thank
so
you so
awesome.
much, Kristen, Miriam. You guys rock.
What is her favorite flavor? Caboodle. That was a great question. Yeah, look, that's a yellow. That's so cool.
How are you guys doing that? Is this something new that I don't know about? Or is it's like they're not super chats?
That's so cool, though. Steph says, I made the custard today and used less unsweetened cashew milk and added 5 eggs. Don't you love how everybody has like different taste?
Yeah.
That is why I'm really enjoying the Chop Challenge, because I will sit back and say like, okay, this is how I would make even the brisket. People did brisket in different ways. Right. And I thought that was so stinking cool. Seeing the lamb, which we were a day late on the lamb. We actually had lamb for lunch, and that was ridiculous good.
It was.
So what?
And I was missing like 2 of the spices. It's a recipe that I came up with a long time ago. And I mixed ground beef and ground lamb.
Yeah.
And then add a bunch of spices and basically make it into gyros. So you make it like a meatloaf, but you got to smush it really tight so that it slices like lamb.
Okay.
Like a
meatloaf?
like gyro.
Oh,
but you got to squish it really tight. And then, but I was missing marjoram and something else. I don't remember. I just made it anyway, but it was really good.
That was delicious.
And then we didn't have any cucumber, but I really wanted tzatziki sauce. So I just threw a bunch of stuff together. The only problem is I'm like, you know what? It's missing. I added too much garlic. Okay?
I didn't think so.
I did. I added too much garlic.
I didn't think so.
So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to counteract this garlic with just a couple of drops of sucralose. 2 drops. Too much.
Oh, no.
It was too sweet.
Oh, I thought you nailed it. It was delicious.
Renee said, I can say the alphabet backwards in seconds. Learned it as a kid, and it stuck.
Renee, can you get me out of, like when I get pulled over? Could she help me?
So, funny story.
Road trip
when I was in college, I worked in a bar.
Z-Y.
And I got pulled over. They had just that day, and I did not drink.
U.
Are you done?
R-Q.
Can I finish?
That's it. I'm stuck on it.
I worked in this bar that was across the street from our college campus. And they had just that day put a stop sign up at the corner. There was never a stop sign there before. So I pull out 3 in the morning. I'm going home, and I run the stop sign. A cop pulls me over, and of course I'm coming out of a bar, so he's going to decide to put me through a field sobriety test.
LKJ.
Now, I had just gotten off of 2 years of crutches. 2 years on crutches. You're still thinking about the alphabet.
F.
Do we need to wait?
D. C. B. A. Yeah! Yeah!
Can I go back to my story?
Yes, you can.
So 2 years of crutches, I've got a cane. And the cop says to me, I need you to walk this line straight. And I'm like, I can't. There's a cane in the back. I just spent 2 years on crutches.
Sorry.
So he's like, fine. I need you to say the alphabet forwards and backwards without singing it. And I'm like, I can barely say it forwards without singing it. You want me to say it backwards? I hadn't had anything to drink, but it was like 10 minutes of because basically I'm failing every test he's giving me. Because,
can you count to 20?
Like you're giving me ridiculous tests.
You need to count to 20, but you can't say it in the count voice from Sesame Street. 1.
Lieutenant said February fasting glucose 302, A1C 9.7. 4 weeks of typical keto and glucose was 140 to 160. 1 week eating 1 to 1 and doing the no joke challenge. My glucose has been less than 120 for the last 48 hours.
You just absolutely made our night. Made our night. Thank you so much for sharing that. That is so awesome.
Joe said, Joe in Broward, we used to have the driver's license roll and state ID roll for jury duty. Yeah, I know. We don't anymore, so that's why I never...
Roll call. Present.
See, Diane said, I can't walk a straight line, and I never drink.
Yeah,
I'm just that uncoordinated.
Me too. I was trying to, like, in a walk, sometimes if there is, like, okay, so weirdly, I want to stay on the sidewalk. I'm one of those walkers that, and like runners, like, I don't want to be in the middle of the street. I don't want to, like, upset drivers who may, you know, be like, get out of the street and use the sidewalk. But sometimes the sidewalk just abruptly ends.
Oh, wait a second. We have a response from Miriam, because I'm going backwards in the comments.
Okay. Done.
You heard it, right? We're going to hold her to that.
Oh, yeah. Okay. If she comes up with that, you'll come up with that. But, like, so I had
Betrayal downvotes peanut butter jelly and black licorice.
I'm downvote that also. Okay, so I abruptly ran out of sidewalk while I was walking, and so I tried to walk like the little median thing, the curb, and I was just trying to walk it like a tightrope. You're this far off the ground, and I, like, almost fell off and broke my ankle because I cannot walk in that straight line.
Right. Older Pennsylvanians said, when women are shredding fat cells, all the hormones that are stored in there make their presence known. I know that one. I thought I was losing it, but my chiropractor taught me about that.
How neat.
Yes.
Very interesting.
Yeah, when you were losing all that weight, it was definitely like cry fest a lot.
It was. It was. And it never comes off where you want it. Sometimes there were victories. I've talked about this before. I had a complete set of boobs on my back. Like, I would put my bra on and you could not tell if I was coming or going because it was like, it literally looked like back boobs. And so when that came off, I remember thinking, like, I wanted off my thighs, but then I caught myself in a mirror while I was, like, doing my hair, and I was like, oh, my back boobs are gone. And, you know, of course, I showed Joe. I was like, look at this.
I was very disappointed.
Only one set now.
I was very disappointed.
Oh, you missed those? Because, like, coming and going, I looked amazing. Except for, yeah. It was odd. That was grosser than gross.
Clara said, I cannot wait for our pellet grill smoker to be delivered. I'm going to make all the meats. Which one did you get? I cannot wait for ours.
What is...
Like, I can't even track it because it's like being shipped by some shipping company. And I really was trying to get Chris to come help me put it together, but that's a no-go. That would be really cool, though.
After you've put your own plane together, you don't want to put together another plane.
Why not?
I hate to tell you. Once you've done the IKEA furniture, you don't want to do it again. Yeah. It's a lot of parts. You better get how do you keep all of your nuts and bolts? Do you do the cup thing? Do you do the cup thing where the glasses, where it's like what? So like to keep track of all of your screws?
I am the worst. I literally just kind of spill them all out on the floor.
Oh, I can't take that. I don't like to help him with those kind of things.
I just reset. Well, the best part is when you say to Rachel, say, can you hand me a 9/16 socket wrench? And she comes over with a hammer. And I'm
Close enough. Make it work. Make it work. Show me how creative you are. Make that work.
I just recently invested in one of those little metal magnetic dishes. It's about this big, and it's got a big giant magnet in the bottom. So that when you're working on something, you put the screws in there, and then the magnet holds the screws so that you don't lose them.
What?
But I don't use that for like building bookshelves. I use that for like taking apart the drones when the screws are like that big.
I think
and when I drop one on the little rug that's underneath my desk, it's gone forever. I literally have an assortment of like 5,000 metric screws because I'm going to lose them. I can't tell you how many screws I've lost working on my 3D printer.
What is the area of your home that when you vacuum, you're sort of like, oh, I'm sure I'm vacuuming up something that I need.
Underneath my desk?
Underneath Joe's desk, it's like crunch, 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 and I'm like, oh, man.
It's all screws.
That's an entire...
Working on the drone.
That was important right there.
Wires.
Crunch, 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 crunch. I'm like, oh, we probably now don't have a car engine because he was undoing it in his office.
Lisa said we had to get some electrical work done in the house, and now I'm unable to order the Keto Chow Club box.
I'm sorry, Lisa.
Well, good news. I'm so excited about that Keto Chow Club box. Like, they send us one every month, which we give away, and I'm going to give away a second one when we unbox that one.
So make sure
you are subscribed to the channel for when that comes out, because I want to talk about what's in it.
No.
And they won't let me.
No.
I really want to talk about what's in it.
Jewel says, I just got my Keto Chow box and some key lime packets,
The key lime is really good.
It's delicious.
Mary said, my son-in-law just turned 50. My daughter's about to turn 46. Wow.
You know, Mary, there is no way you have a 50-year-old son. Absolutely no way in the world. Bronson absolutely loves the fact that Mary does the Zoom for working out. Like, he just thought that was the coolest thing. And I definitely think that more people should do that, because whether you can see people or not, it's just, you know, a lot of times if you're doing it early in the morning, it's kind of challenging to, like, you know, meet up at somebody's, you know, a local park or something. So that is like such a brilliant way to work out.
Joe said, Rachel, that was Runaway Jury,
yes,
a John Grisham novel.
That was
love that
great movie. I like court dramas.
I love court dramas. We don't have them good. TV and movies just aren't the same.
They're doing the best they can right now.
Just, I'm talking, there hasn't been something good. Everything is copycat or tons of special effects. The movies today rely on special effects over good writing.
I love all kinds of court stuff. Like To Kill a Mockingbird's probably one of my favorite movies. I loved A Time to Kill. What are some other ones?
Love Time to Kill.
A Few Good Men.
Great movie.
Was technically there's a big
court
case.
But see, again, you're naming movies that don't rely on lots of special effects. It was just good acting and good writing.
You can't handle the truth, Joe.
Chris said, a toilet paper FIFO holding thing. There you go.
Yeah.
If you look it up on Thingiverse, it's like the toilet paper cloud.
Multicolored toilet paper holder was on my shopping list for Christmas, but now Santa doesn't have to bring it.
Chris, 3D printed toilet paper. He doesn't know how to use the shell.
Okay, what movie is that from?
Oh, I know what movie that's
Which
from.
movie? Do you know?
Demolition Man.
Demolition Man. I can't believe he doesn't know how to use the shells.
Diane said we had 2 channels on a good day.
Right?
I can remember adjusting the antenna rabbit ears to get something to come in. I am so old. Oh,
we had that too. We had that only.
And my parents would not allow us to have one of those exterior antennas. Like when I was growing up, all your neighbors had
we didn't have one.
That one on the roof. No. Not us. We relied on the rabbit ears coming out of the back, and then literally we did. We had tinfoil, or I would take wire.
Forks.
And like run it through the whole house. And then the antenna, the end always broke off, so you stuck a fork and you jammed it in there so you can extend it in and out.
Well, I think that my mom really like corresponded like what all, like the variety of channels you could get with how much stuff was attached to those antennas that was metal. So it was like, it was an egg beater and a can opener and a fork and plenty, like aluminum foil, just all the stuff. You could probably Jiffy Pop popcorn using our rabbit ears.
Claire said, Joe, have you tried a sleep mask? A sleep mask along with the Smart Sleep has gotten me some really good sleep yesterday.
Ooh.
So here's my problem. Once I actually get in bed, I'm good. I'm out. As a matter of fact, anytime I get in bed, I'm out, which is very upsetting when you're trying to watch a TV show with your wife at 4 o'clock in the afternoon and we put something on and I'm out. I need like 4 more hours in the day. That's what I need.
You don't.
Because
you need
I'm
to
just
change
always.
Your habits.
I'm always. Well, I mean, lacrosse is almost over. That will help a little bit.
We'll see. Sometimes I think.
Then I just pick up another project.
I was gonna say that's.
I did
the challenge.
4 projects all at the same time today. I put a bed cover on the back of the truck. I still have one more.
This is what psychos do.
I still have one more door in our closet because I'm changing out our closet doors. I'm working on our taxes. And I'm working on editing videos. Oh, and I was cooking. So I had 5. Oh, and I was doing the 3D printer. All of those projects going on. So I'd spend like 20 minutes here and then, let me go do this one. Oh, wait, it's time to eat. Let me go sit down. I mean.
I know I'm in trouble.
Only 2 of the 6 are done right now.
I know I'm in trouble in a day when I hear like faintly in the other room, Joe go, that's it. Because that's it means like he's starting something, like he's reached his threshold of dealing with this and now I've got to go fix it. But then that means like.
Speaking of TV shows, our daughter-in-law sent us down a rabbit hole of a show. which I'm going to highly recommend so that somebody else can go down this rabbit hole and watch it with us. And we're going to try to start a trend like Tiger King was a trend. Go watch, what is it called again?
Oh, what is it? It was called...
Pig.
Is it Pig Royalty?
Pig Royalty.
On Discovery. Man, we got her an Instapot this week, and she got us hooked on Pig Royalty, and I don't feel like that is even.
That show, oh my gosh, it is like...
It's like Toddlers and Tiaras.
For pigs.
Only pigs. Like...
Can't stop watching it.
It is kind of grosser than gross sometimes. Like the infighting. Like, but
well, forget that. I'm just thinking about the fact that pig has no problem just walking. It's like, any other animal. I mean, this is going to be gross. But when they poop, like, it just kind of falls away from them. Not a pig.
It's just like
that thing is just dripping down the back. And we're eating that thing.
I know. Well, we clean it first, Joe.
Greg said, we only had 3 channels to watch growing up, and we finally got cable. I discovered Roller Derby that came on midnight on Saturdays.
Okay, so what I would watch late at night on the 3 channels that we had, because it was like 29, 33, and 39 if you're anywhere near South Florida. It was always like those channels. And then you had like NBC and CBS and ABC. But one of them was always really like good, and
and the rest were like not good.
It's kind of interesting.
Depended on the day.
So it's kind of interesting. You're either like a Nintendo person or a Sega person. If you grew up in like mine and my brother's generation, you had to pick a route. It's not like today where kids can have every single console.
Well, you still have
and gaming system
you're either a PlayStation person or an Xbox person, and our house is divided.
You went into a direction. So now you choose the show you want to watch based on what your interests are and your taste. When I was a kid, your shows were decided
by your parents.
No, not by your parents. By what channel
house.
That you could get in. So, like, if CBS came in clearer than NBC, guess what? Like, must-see TV was CBS instead of NBC. It just, what could you get
My dad decided what we were watching. My dad and my mom. And it was like, we can watch cartoons, but when they get home, we're watching the news, and then Daddy's watching sports. Then we can watch Quincy because the sports are over.
Well, Dad had his own, like his main television, but like we sat at the
counter. We had a black and white TV until I was 15.
And watched it, and like there's a kitchen TV. But at the late at night, it was Glow. The gorgeous ladies of wrestling, yo. And not roller derby for us, but like that was what came in, and yes, that was awesome.
Shauna said our antenna was on top of our mobile home with a rope to change channels. Someone had to grab the rope and swing the antenna around.
Oh, how cool. Oh my gosh.
Confident Fit Mom said she gets up at 3 and gets up at 4 a.m. 4 to 6 days a week to go running.
I'm so proud of you. That is incredible. And
speaking of proud, I am proud of you. So Rachel decided today to do her walk, and every time she saw a park bench, she did 10 push-ups.
Holy mackerel. 260 push-ups later, I cannot, like you could just put some Rouse tomato sauce right onto my arms because they're zoodles right now.
Denise wants to know who does the boys' laundry. Might be a
Ew. Ew. I do it.
Caleb does his own.
I haven't seen anything suspect.
Anthony's like, why would I do my own when Mom wants to do it? Like,
I want to do it.
I know, and that's what he said. He's like, I need to let her feel like a mom. I mean, it's like,
it's true.
This is a typical Joe comment. Like, listen, I know I should be doing my own, but here's the thing. I am doing this not for my benefit.
It's my love
language. I am doing this for her benefit. Because she loves me and she wants to do my laundry. So I need to allow her to express my love. And so I happen to benefit from this.
I don't even need a card. Just your dirty shirts and pants.
Oh my gosh.
They're pinching loaves. I'm gonna choose to believe that they're just like going someplace else or something.
So Jerry says, I don't use toilet paper much. We have a bidet in our bathroom, much more efficient than toilet paper, better for the environment.
So true.
We have it too. I use very, very little toilet paper. Rachel still uses like an entire roll, and I don't know. And she runs a bidet, so I don't understand that. The kids do not have a bidet.
They don't have a bidet. So that makes me a little bit more worried.
Steph said maybe they have claim on their own toilet paper and only take it with them when they go potty and put it back in the room.
That may be true because I have seen Anthony do that with like the Gentleman Jack body wash. Like if he has some sort of fancy pants body wash, because we provide body wash, but like if he's like...
Or after Christmas provides body wash.
After Christmas provides...
It's like whatever happened to be 50% off.
That's your year. This is the smell this year, guys. But if he wants a different smell, then he'll bring it back and forth because he doesn't want like to take a chance that Caleb would use it.
Angie said, today I read a news story about a snake found in a salad bag
at
Aldi's in Australia.
Oh,
gross.
Yeah.
Frog in a pickle jar, not so bad.
At least there's a really good chance that with it in the pickle jar like that, you would see it first. What do you do with the salad bag? Like, I would first open the salad bag and I'd be reaching in to pull out salad to put it into the vegetable washer thing. So, like, I would just be grabbing the snake.
Right.
So I would much rather be like, don't you know, I'm going to be looking at, like, around the jars for quite some time.
Right.
I'm going to be checking some jars.
Blue Dove said, my doc gave me kudos for dropping my BMI below 40. That's so awesome.
I'm so proud of you. That is awesome.
Linda said, I was called to jury duty, became foreman, and almost became a hung jury. Wow. That's what Anthony's thing. It was a misdemeanor offense, so that was a good thing. But he actually called the judge back in and said, we're deadlocked.
Talk to us.
And the judge was like,
he wanted the whole
really
experience.
Do not want to come back tomorrow.
Yeah.
Get back in there.
Get back in there and figure it
out. Jerry said, what do you eat? Mean he don't eat no meat. Oh, that's okay. I make lamb.
Yes.
I love that movie.
I actually put that up on Instagram.
I did not realize lamb was fatty until I was putting it to Chronometer.
Me
you think about most gamey meats.
I associate it as
lean, you think about
like
it
a
as
deer.
a lean meat, but I did not realize that it was fatty. But mixing it with 90-10 ground beef made it 1-to-1.
Did you know it was fatty? I totally thought it was lean.
I thought it was very lean.
I don't know any of these meats.
Renee said, yes, the fact that I could say ABC's backwards and I teach balance for a living, so I should be set.
Thank you. Yes. Oh my gosh. Which I'm so excited. Are you enjoying your new job?
Oh yeah.
I saw she was working from home, and I saw her coworkers are the cutest. Mm-hmm. They're the cutest coworkers.
Steph said, in the Army in the 60s, Daddy learned a saying. You have to say very, very fast. He learned and got it down. Cold cat, hot dog, stewed monkey, fried rat. LOL.
Cold cat, hot dog, stewed monkey, fried rat. Say it again. Let me say it fast. Cold cat, hot dog, stewed monkey, fried rat. Is it like Sally sells seashells by the seashore?
Joy said, I just asked for a breathalyzer and get over with it. No way I'm saying the alphabet backwards. I don't even think we had breathalyzers back then.
That's probably the best policy, though.
I actually had a friend of mine who was a cop who said, never, ever submit to that, ever.
Really?
That's what he said. He's like, you're better off losing your license. Because if you... Here's the thing. It's
ketones.
Like some of the... Yeah, you could actually blow with ketones a positive test.
Oh, my Lord. Now you're going to make me all sweaty when we see, like, a traffic stop.
We don't drink, and we certainly don't drink and drive.
It doesn't matter. I get sweaty anyway.
Walk like an Egyptian.
Walk like an Egyptian.
Carmen said, wait, melting fat might make me menopausal, self a boost in hormones? No, not menopausal, just like a lot of the hormones, like you're extra cryy, extra emotional for a little bit.
That's not
Claire got a Traeger Silverton 620 from Costco.
Wow.
That's a good one.
This is a rule in this house, though. My being emotional is never an excuse to, like, not hear me out. Mm-hmm. Like, if it's like, oh, you seem like you're just getting emotional, like, that's a declaration of war in this house.
Oh, Rhonda, I did not know that her husband is a licensed electrician.
Oh,
so
wow.
Glad I don't have that expense. Totally understand.
How neat.
So that's what John Paul does.
Yeah.
So,
Shauna says, I need to make a steak. Got my wireless Bluetooth meat thermometer. Got to figure out the app now. How cool.
That is so cool.
There's a lot of recipes, especially like, you know, some of the like if you're cooking on the grill and stuff, even like chicken and poultry, I really like to use that. not just because I want the meat to be perfectly cooked, but just like, doesn't it just make you feel better? Like, okay, that's cooked through. Like, I just like knowing. Just like, I just need to see that number.
And Rachel's always like, when is it done? When it's done. How do you know when it's done? I just know.
I like.
Aren't you going to use a meat probe? No. I just know it's done.
I like it when I see it and he shows me like,
I tried teaching her the thumb thing. Like, so this is how you can tell a steak. You press the steak like this, right? And then you can have it like this, and then like this, and then like this. So you're pressing right here. And you'll feel, say press, no. Put your finger like this.
Okay.
And then press here.
Okay.
That's well done. Now go over. See, and keep going, and that's how you tell. So like here, see how it's like soft? That would be rare.
Huh.
Like medium rare,
I don't know.
medium, well done. See how it gets harder and harder and harder?
What if that animal lost a bunch of weight? Like if I push it here, we're gonna get a bad reading.
It doesn't work that way.
I'm done, but like this is a false reading.
Joe said, I'd be happy to put the smoker together. It's my favorite part. We need to do that, Joe.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Maybe we will actually have all of the screws together.
Renee said, so I guess Joe really does have a screw loose.
He does.
I do. I have several screws loose.
Several. And I've cleaned them up.
Jerry said, I saw Richard made Autumn a massive platter of flank steak that looked amazing. I'd love that with lots of guacamole. They have flank steak. We brought some home for, I don't know, some other recipe a couple of months ago. And I have a bunch left in the freezer. And I had forgot about that when we had flank steak the other day because Anthony wanted half of it to make beef jerky and never made it.
Yeah.
But it's like really cheap at it's not Costco, it was Sam's Club. And it was like $3 a pound.
It does make fantastic beef jerky if you're, if you have a dehydrator.
Defense Wiz says you can request a blood test if a breathalyzer comes up high. Those things give false positives more than not.
That's very interesting.
That's what my friend had said to me.
Do a blood test. Okay. Yeah.
He said,
I'm not
request a supervisor and ask for a blood test.
Well, okay, so but first, we would have to drink.
Yeah, we don't do that. Susie said, pregnant mama here died from a snake bite in open bin beans of rice.
What?
She didn't know she was bit, went to lay in the car when family finished shopping.
Oh
my gosh, that's horrible.
Gosh, that is so upsetting. Oh my Lord.
Shauna said, I misread lamb as leftovers.
You know what? Actually, that is awesome. We have been enjoying leftovers because every time we cook like a different thing, like for brisket, that was awesome to have leftovers for that. And chicken, the whole chicken too.
April said maybe the boys are using the shower head. My husband has done that before.
Man, it just really makes me think like, why? Have I done something wrong as a mom that there's no toilet paper? Here's the other thing that is very strange about Caleb. One pillow.
Yes.
One pillow.
Meanwhile, we have like
double bed,
50 of them.
And I will make the bed. Like, if, he usually makes his own bed. But if I make it, I will add a pillow because it needs to have two sides. There's two sides to the bed. You need two pillows. He will bring it and he's like, nice try, Mom. Sneaking in that second pillow. One pillow. And it's like a pancake. I don't know how he's sleeping. He's like, how is my bed comfort tied to your mothering? Like, it just is. I need to know that you're snuggly. Are you snuggly? Are you snuggly enough? If you're not snuggly enough, I feel like I'm not doing my job. How can you say snug as a bug in a rug?
Yes.
When you're saying goodnight?
Yeah.
If you don't have two pillows.
Defense Quiz says my favorite courtroom movie was Suspect with Cher and Dennis
I have
Quaid.
not watched that in so long.
Oh, I was going to say, you have not watched that. What?
No. I've watched it, but not so long. What's the one with Richard Gere and, that guy that was in the...
Primal Fear?
Was that it?
That was such a good movie.
That was a great movie.
That was a great movie.
Oh
my gosh, at the end of that movie, I was like, what?
Don't spoil the fact that he sees dead people.
Jerry said Keanu Reeves' lawyer movie was The Devil's Advocate with Al Pacino and Charlize Theron.
That was scary. I imagine that, like, the real devil is like Al Pacino in that movie.
Funny thing about Charlize Theron. So, I'm not good with names for the most part with actresses and stuff like that. I mean, really, really famous people, but she was never super famous.
She was. What are you talking about?
I'm old, okay? So when she first, I did not know her, and so I saw that movie Monster. It was the true story.
Oh, you would never recognize her.
Right, it was the true story from here in Florida.
Of course it's in Florida.
Of course it's Florida, right?
Of course.
So, and then I was like, Charlize Theron, and then after that, I started seeing movies with Charlize Theron, and I'm like,
That can't.
what? No.
Well, you always like it. Yeah, is she in Reindeer Games? She's in Reindeer Games, and you like that movie, but
that was Gina Davis.
No, that's The Long Kiss Goodnight.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm old. I like that.
We've been together so long. I know what he's really thinking about. His actual
Utah Rocket Geek this Saturday is going to be exactly 1 year off of insulin,
Wow.
down 110 pounds.
Oh
my
my
latest A1C a week ago was
goodness.
5.0. This stuff really
Oh
works.
my gosh.
That is so awesome.
That is so awesome. Continue to share, and if you're not a part of our Facebook family group, like share your story in it. Like join that group and share it, or share it on one of the videos like outside of the chat so that people can see that again. Because like the chat they don't really see in the replay, but like share that in a comments on one of our videos. It's just so encouraging for people.
See, Blaine's just like me. Joe, my 3 current projects are cooking, editing, working on the truck, and watching pigs. My 4 projects are.
Yes. Watching the pigs. Well, I mean, now it feels like you want one because they are just such cute, amazing animals. Although
I do not want pigs. They squeal at everything. And you don't even see that. Isn't that interesting? You don't see them squeal at all in that show.
No, they're trained pigs. These are like, what I couldn't understand was like, they're like start at $2,400. These pigs, like they're not like pigs that are just people are trying to get rid of. These are like prime pigs, but I still can't get a handle on what the judges are looking for. I don't know what makes a good pig.
Yeah.
You know, like you can judge by a chicken, like what a chicken should look like and not be scrawny in that certain area, and obviously like their egg laying ability,
right.
And you know, making sure you're looking at their feet and they're not seeing any like bumps, and they're clean, and you know they're bright and alert and stuff like that. So I can kind of tell what you would be looking for in a chicken.
Right.
But I don't know what you would be looking for in a pig, because they all sort of look like pigs to me. And the judge will pick them out and be like, now that is an amazing looking pig, you know.
I'm like, I see bacon.
I'm just like, they all look chubby. They all look chubby and they have a little round booty.
Chris said only the older alcohol breathalyzers read ketones as alcohol. Any of the ones currently being used exclude acetone specifically.
How does Chris know this?
Because he's just smart.
He must get pulled over a lot. Just kidding.
But that's
all
the
that
problem.
day drinking.
That's the problem with a lot of the cheap breathalyzers for ketones that people buy on
Wish.com.
On Amazon. Those $40, $50 breath ketone meters, they don't work very well. And because they need to be, every time you use it, you need to calibrate it.
Yeah.
Shauna, thank you very much for the $15 super chat. I feel so blessed to be part of the entire 2KK family in my life.
Shauna, we're blessed to have you as part of our life. My gracious, you are such a ray of sunshine.
Rhonda said the Harrison Ford Sabrina as good as it gets, and Thornbird's my favorite all-time movies.
I loved the Thornbirds. Oh my goodness, I love that. Now you can now it's available to like purchase it. So it's interesting. I mean, something will cross my mind like an IMDb. I can go down an IMDb rabbit hole where you're like, what movie was that guy in? And then what other movies was he in? And when that happens, Joe is like, might as well just get the wallet out because I want to buy all of the old movies that I've seen. So like all of a sudden,
that's me.
Yeah, it's just like it reminds you of it, and all of a sudden, you know what movie I was reminded of that is a terrible movie, but I still want it, is the one with Dolly Parton and Sylvester Stallone. What was it, Rhinestone?
Rhinestone Cowboy.
It's so bad.
Chris said when I was a teenager, we had a Vietnamese pot-belly pig. The pig was grumpy and huge.
They did show a pot-belly pig, but that
thing was huge.
It was almost like a barn cat, though. It wasn't one that they were showing. It must just be like the fun pig to have around. But yeah, I would say that the pigs on this show seem very well behaved. I don't like how they're just like, go this way. And they're like They're using this little
Shauna's lying. Now we're going to
thing.
need to like ban Shauna from the channel because she's saying stop saying you're old when I'm older than you.
That's not true.
She's not older than me.
That can't be true. That cannot be true.
She's not. She's like in her 30s.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Like she says I'm old. I mean, it's the
just when you talk.
Just
you don't look old, but then you say things like, my favorite show was Perry Mason. And I'm like, my grandfather really enjoyed that show also.
I wish I would have known your grandfather. He was like, him and I, same interests.
Yeah. You both
Like,
had a very strong love of duct tape and WD-40. Both of those things. Like this. Like, he would fix it, and it's not going to move. I remember that our 79 Nova had like a leak in the windows, and he got some sort of gelatinous jelly, like a silicone, but he wasn't always worried about the finishing touches that make it look like custom and like flush. So it was like
functional.
Oh my
That's all
gosh.
I care about.
I mean,
is it functional?
It wasn't gonna rain in the car anymore. Absolutely not. Like, there may not be any oxygen that gets in or out of that vehicle. He's siliconed it so good. But yeah.
Is this the same car that you had to like crawl through the window to get out?
Yes, we are 79 Nova. The passenger side door opened uno times per day, one time a day, and my stinking brother went to school before I did. So if you are a chubby middle schooler like I was, you would just pray, please, Mom, drop me off far away from the school building because I'm going to have to Dukes of Hazzard this. I had to Dukes of Hazzard it. I had to crawl out of the window. And then pull my abnormally large backpack out of the window too. I would pray every morning, like, I'm gonna open up this car door. Like, it's gonna open twice today. Nope. It did not.
Tanya said leftovers have been great on this challenge. I would agree.
I agree.
Every day I'm like, do we have to do today's challenge? Because there's like lots of good leftovers.
I always think of Stephanie because she makes the most incredible omelets. Mm-hmm. And when we have leftovers, I'm like, I want to put that in an omelet. Like, I just want that in an omelet.
Betty, thank you very much for the $10 super chat.
Appreciate you.
Oh, Right Family is here.
Hey, Right Family.
Mary said, my favorite movies are obscure ones that no one has seen, like Same Time Next Year with Ellen Alda
and Ellen Burstyn. Yes, absolutely. I know that movie. Well, but I like Ellen Alda.
Yeah, so do I.
He was really good in The Blacklist.
Yes. Yeah.
He was really good.
Deborah Young, Shawshank Redemption. Best movie ever. Absolutely.
Oh, Deborah. Now we're going to have to watch it. That's almost like we can't even bring it up. Joe loves Shawshank Redemption so much that I was so glad when we stopped doing cable where you flip through the channels to see what's on, because as soon as he hit Shawshank Redemption, we're there. We have to watch it now.
Chris said Mozart's Ghost, the coolest band on the internet. Do you remember that movie?
No.
I forget the name of the movie, but I know who's in it.
Who's in it?
That's Sandra Bullock. She plays
The Pelican Brief?
No. She plays. Oh my gosh, what is the name of that movie? So she's like, is that the Sandra Bullock movie, or is that the Keanu Reeves? It's like a bunch of hackers in a software program.
Hackers?
Yes. It's not Hackers.
Now
I forgot it. Oh, Linda said I got to meet Loretta at Bronson, Missouri.
You mean like Loretta?
Blaine
Loretta
says,
Young?
Joe, you're older than me, and I've got 3 years on you.
I don't think so. I'm looking at it. I'm looking at his picture. I don't think he's older than you.
Chris is going to give us a super chat to tell me the name of the movie.
Pie. Is that a movie?
I'm telling you, I believe that's the movie with Sandra Bullock.
Is he correct?
I think that's the movie with
Probably
Sandra Bullock.
not. I can't believe there's
Right
not a
Family
movie
likes
reference
comedies like Dumb and Dumber or Joe Dirt.
Dumb and...
Oh, Shauna's born in 1967. You do not look it.
No one is going to believe that. Wow. No, I don't think anybody's believing that. So, wait,
Oh, yep, The Net. Sandra Bullock's The Net. One of my favorites.
Okay, I forgot. I've totally forgot about that one. I could only think of the Pelican.
Chris is a nerd.
I love movie references, so I love it when you put
we're
something
down a
out
bad
that
rabbit hole right now.
That's my favorite thing is like give me a movie reference and see if I can get it.
Chelsea Hill said, I purchased the air fryer you recommended. I love it. Made chicken wings and ribeyes so far. Thank you for the great information on the air fryer.
We
so
love
that
welcome.
Air fryer. We actually have a chicken wing recipe coming out.
Yes, for Chicken Wing Day.
If you like chicken breast, take a chicken breast, the whole chicken breast. All you're going to do is put a bunch of seasoning on the outside, like some Redmond seasoned salt or some garlic and pepper or even just some salt. Cover the whole outside.
Yep.
You don't have to do anything. You don't have to dip it or anything. In the air fryer, 360 degrees, 25 minutes. That thing will come out so juicy with a nice crisp on the outside. You're going to think you had skin or a breading on there, and there isn't. But when you cut it open, the juices just flow out.
Yeah. So
really,
what's that amount
really
again?
360 degrees for 25 minutes.
It is a fantastic...
You never have to use a temperature probe.
I know. It's a great meal prep. We get like the big packages of chicken breasts at what, Costco or BJ's? Where do you usually get? Costco.
Sam's Club.
Oh, okay. Neither one of those things.
We have all three because all three have different things.
Different things that they're good at.
Yep.
But yeah, it is so good. And Caleb said too, what's on this? Like, what did you bread this with? And it was like nothing. It's just the seasoning.
Yep. Steph said, I need to watch The Green Mile. Been too long since I've last seen it.
Okay, so we almost...
Shawshank.
We almost got a rat after The Green Mile because didn't everybody want to train a mouse? I wanted to train a mouse. I totally wanted to train a mouse.
Something is wrong with you.
I mean, obviously.
Laura said, I've been on keto 6 months so far, lost 58 pounds.
Wow.
I've also started to get keto chow, and I love it. Laura from Southern California.
Thanks so much for being here, Laura.
Susie said, Joe's dad was probably the Perry Mason lover. My dad, too, and Beretta. And he looked like my dad.
Oh, my gosh, yes, Beretta. My dad loved that. Well, and
You know, so I watched a lot of The Flying Nun.
Did you think Sally Field was cute?
Oh, yeah, I always liked Sally Field.
She's beautiful.
And Gidget.
Sally Field?
All that stuff was on reruns when I was a kid.
Are you sure it was reruns?
Yeah. Chris said in the pie, in the bottom corner of the screen on the net, it was the gateway to the back door.
Now you go back and you look at some of these like hacker style...
Pelican Reef was Julia Roberts.
Like, yes. I can remember watching them, in Weird Science, like making, Kelly LeBrock. And you're like, this is, at the time, the technology on the computer screen seemed so, like, futuristic, right? Like, this is amazing. Now you look at that kind of stuff, and you're like, that's so, like, old. No! Put it away.
Well, we're getting off, and I want to remind everybody that they have 2 hours and 10 minutes to go get the May box.
And then
it's gone.
And then it's gone.
And it's gone. And they're going to be really upset. We will never promote a box like this
we will never promote a box like this. That you probably have my guarantee.
I really just want to.
No! Oh my gosh. It's like living with a toddler.
Susie said, adorbs, watching Flying Nun now and 2B. I have her Gidget series.
You do? I love her.
Some of the shows that I really want to watch
She is the best crier. Don't you think she's the
yeah.
best crier? Like when she was in Steel Magnolias and she was crying and then like can switch gears.
I never liked that movie.
Oh, I liked it.
I never liked that movie. But you know what movie I love with Sally Field? It's an older. It's a movie when she was older, not Without My Daughter.
Oh. That was intense movie.
I really like that.
Mine is the one she did with James Garner.
Oh yeah.
Murphy's Romance. Murphy's Romance is like the greatest.
Joyce said, I watch Indiana Jones movies over and over. Harrison Ford.
He was my boyfriend.
I love the Indiana Jones movies. We like any of the movies I grew up with. That's what happens because we buy everything on iTunes. We don't buy DVDs. And we never would go to the movies really pre-COVID, like once in a blue moon. So what we do is we go through iTunes, and every once in a while, they'll put movies on sale for $2.99, $4.99, $5.99. And we pretty much buy, like, movies we grew up with. Like, we have a collection of, like, 400 movies on iTunes.
And it's fun.
But none of them are new
things.
Kids. A lot of them are all old stuff. But even the newer stuff, our thing was always... So if you go to the movie theater, it's going to cost you, like, $30 to $40.
Yeah.
Even to buy 2 tickets,
way
it's
more
like $30
if you got 5 people to take.
So we're like, we can buy a movie for, at most... $19, but usually it's like $14.99, and then we could watch it as many times as we want, and I can pause it when I have to go pee.
I was gonna say that's what it really is, and people look sideways at you if you bring an entire brisket into the movie theater, but nobody is looking at you at our home if we want to eat brisket while we're watching.
Yes, Heath.
Smokey
Absolutely.
and the Bandit.
Best Sally Fields movie, Smokey and the Bandit.
Yep.
So, okay, Linda just ordered 45 packages of keto chow.
Oh, wow.
Linda said, she said, did you ever watch the Red Green show? He used duct tape for everything. I've never seen that.
I feel like it was starring my grandpa, also starring Joe.
Okay, we're going to get off. Guys, thank you so much for joining us for tonight's live stream. Again, you have 2 hours and 9 minutes left to go get the May edition of Keto Chow box. And again, I'm telling you, you really want the May box. You can go ahead as soon as you get it and then cancel it if you want. But you're going to really want the May box. You're really going to want that May box.
Can we go get some more foodies?
No, we're done.
No.
Oh my gosh. We have to say this. We found in BJ's, if you like scallops, which I have never had scallops before.
It's a Wellesley Farms brand.
Bacon wrapped scallops in the freezer section. The bacon is cured with sugar, but most bacon is. I don't have a problem with that.
No other wonky ingredients.
But really, really good. Stick them in the air fryer, 400 degrees for 5 minutes. They were delicious. We have 10 of them left. We're going to finish those things up tonight.
Not for long.
I did not realize how sweet scallops are.
Yeah.
But the ingredients are super clean other than the fact there's a little bit of sugar in the bacon. So,
right.
And scallops, by the way, do have carbs. Just remember, most shellfish has carbs.
And they're already on the toothpicks.
Yeah, they're already.
So I think
really
that
good.
they would make fun. And the bacon got very crispy. How many, what's the temperature again?
400 degrees for 5 minutes. Because there's no directions for an air fryer on the oven, but I don't use
the hardest part is waiting for 5 minutes.
Yeah. So have a good night, everybody.
We love you guys.
Bye.